Hey, and welcome to Matt and Jess TV. I am Matt Roast.
And I'm Jessica Bun Bun.
Welcome to our Dexter Resurrection Season 1, Episode 4 preview. This episode coming up is called Call Me Red. What color is better associated with this universe than that, right?
Absolutely. And I mean, call me red. We already know from the last episode that that is where Dexter is going with this. He has found the invitation. It has piqued his interest. He's very into the idea of meeting with other people that are like-minded. Is he going to go there and decide to start taking care of business? Maybe. We know that he takes care of other people who are doing what he's doing. But there's part of him that we saw as kind of like, maybe it would be cool to meet some colleagues. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I think this coming up hopefully is going to be the episode that a lot of us who watched the trailer were really, really excited about, because these first 3 episodes, like, they have been great. Like, make no mistake, I am so happy. It feels like old school Dexter is back. It's really cool to see a lot of you guys in the comments seem to agree with that. But we are in this spot now where we might actually get to meeting some of these other killers, meeting possibly Peter Dinklage as Leon Prater, and kind of seeing a lot of these dynamics at work. Like, that's really exciting.
Yeah, I mean, the cast and guest cast for this season is just remarkable. We've seen all the promotion that's been out there and all the people that are coming up. Peter Dinklage is somebody that I just love. The first time I saw him was in Living in Oblivion. That movie is so good with Steve Buscemi. It's so good, and he's so excellent. And I cannot wait to see him in this role. And while these 3 episodes have been excellent, like
Yeah.
OG Dexter all the way, I'm just like at the edge of my seat waiting for Peter to show up. I'm just like, is this the
Yeah.
episode? Is this the episode? And now here we are going to episode 4 being like, is this the episode? Is he coming up or not?
We're going to have some fun, though fun may be a weird word for Dexter, but we're having it anyway. We have
Right.
a lot to talk about in terms of what's coming up here. Before we do, though, be sure to hit that subscribe button, because, yeah, we have 3 Dexter Resurrection videos coming you guys' way every week. Reviews, previews, theories. We already have our review up for episode 3. There's a link in the description for that. Really fun. Masuka, you back. There was something just really nostalgic about that. We don't want you guys to miss any of our Dexter coverage.
Absolutely. And if you want more Dexter coverage, you want to talk to us further about the show, join our Patreon. We're having more discussions going on over there. I'll leave a link for you below. We're also covering the new Jensen Ackles show over there, which is Countdown. It's a lot of fun. If you like shows like Reacher that have a lot of action, that show is for you on Prime Video. So thank you so much to everyone who has joined.
Thank you guys. We very, very much appreciate that. All right, we will start here with the synopsis. Not that it's really anything that enormous. Showtime's kind of keeping their cards close to the vest here, guys.
They absolutely are.
Here's what we got. Dexter attends a mysterious gathering. Wonder what that is. Harrison struggles at work.
Okay, let's talk about the gathering then,
Yes.
because I think this is the thing that we've been all waiting for. And with the synopsis actually saying that he is attending it, it's not like he's getting ready for it, he's attending it. And we saw already at the end of the last episode, he's got the thumb, he's got the invitation. Blessing's friend is like, man, you really look like this imposter that's been going around killing people, the rideshare killer. Okay, he's got everything, he's got the hood. He knows where to get picked up. So at this point, it's like, okay, let's go. It feels like this next episode, he's going to get picked up. He's going to be brought to this dinner.
Yeah. Now, if you guys remember the original trailer that was out there for this season, there's a small little snippet of it at one point with Dexter wearing a hood and sunglasses, kind of like you're talking about here.
Being like, hey, how do I look?
Yeah, I think this is pretty clearly him getting set to meet up with Charlie, because I think Dexter, he's a smart enough guy to know that, okay, if these people are doing enough security measures that I have to have this dude's finger in order to even go in, that they're gonna realize that I'm not this guy pretty soon. I just have to do something to kind of get my foot in the door. If I show up with the hood and the sunglasses, then maybe I will not be asked, fingers crossed, to take them off before going to the manor and doing the whole fingerprint thing. And then at that point, I can be like, guess who I really am?
Well, here's the thing about it. Okay, so he's going to have the thumb. This is where we're getting into our
Yeah,
tinfoil
yeah, yeah,
hats
yeah.
on what's coming up. He's going to have the thumb. He's going to have the hoodie on, so he'll probably be able to like snake that in there like some kind of magician and just be like boop and not have Charlie or anybody see it. But at some point, he is going to take off that hood and he is going to take off those sunglasses.
Yeah.
And while he looks similar, we've now seen the two of them together. They do not look alike. If
No.
Charlie is as good as she seems to be with her security on this stuff, okay, yeah, the thumbprint, confirms it enough, probably for Leon. It's just like, oh my God, I'm so happy to meet you. This is so great.
Yeah.
He just wants to believe it, so he's going to believe it. But I think tinfoil hat, Charlie is going to be the person who is just not going to be 100% convinced that this is the same guy because she knows what he looks like.
Yeah, Charlie's an active professional. She is the head of security. And, we haven't met Leon yet, but based on what we know about Leon, it just seems like he's a fanboy. And it's sort
I
of one
know.
of these sort of situations where, if you're a fan of somebody, you want to wait in a long period of time in order to meet them. And then you're just going to be happy to meet them no matter what mood they're in, what's going on. It's like with me, if they were like, oh, you're going to get to meet the developers of Final Fantasy VII, I'm just like, oh, yeah, I'm so excited. I'll wait in the line for 2 hours. Like that's Leon with perhaps these killers. So I think the question to me, though, is that I think you're right, that Charlie's probably going to pick up on something pretty quick here. If you're Dexter at that point, are you willing to then just go in and immediately be like, okay, I'm not this guy, I'm the Bay Harbor Butcher? Because then they're going to be like, no, the Bay Harbor Butcher is this person, because odds are they're very familiar with it. Like, how is he going to be able to prove otherwise?
Well, that's the thing. Is it going to end up being a bit of a back and forth with Leon, who just wants to believe? He wants to believe that this is who it is. We saw in the trailer, oh, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan, that at some point they are going to meet up. He never said, I'm a big fan of you, Dexter. I'm a big
Yeah.
fan of you, Bay Harbor Butcher. Just, I'm a big fan. And now that we know that he's going to be going in as the imposter, Leon is likely going to be like, I'm a big fan of you, the Dark Passenger. I can't believe that I'm meeting you. And while Charlie might be in his ear being like, he doesn't look exactly like the pictures we've seen of him. I'm not exactly sure that this is him. I'm not exactly sure how he's gotten through with the thumbprint. Leon might be like, I believe it. I don't care what you have to say. It looks like him to me. I'm fine with it. And he, part of this invitation was also bring your trophies for extra money. It's so creepy. What a
Yeah.
creep show. That he is such a fanboy from just that in the invitation. I'll even buy your trophies from you. That it feels like he's just going to have blinders on and he's not going to be listening to what Charlie says. So I think Charlie will probably be in there throughout this party trying to figure out who he actually is and what actually happened to the imposter, because I think if she doesn't have actual proof, he's never going to listen because he's in fanboy mode.
Yeah, it's a good point, and it's true. I think it's going to take something pretty seismic for Dexter to have to sort of really pull the mask down in sort of some sort of public way with Leon. Like, he obviously has a backup plan in that he can talk about who he really is, but then you have to prove that, which is one puzzle in the equation. And two, you then have to trust that these other killers who have no problem committing crimes are then going to hold your secret. Is it just like mutually assured destruction at that point?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Is Dexter really going to be able to come clean to anybody here? And I
Yeah.
mean, we talked about this pre-season, that the one person that, we were thinking maybe he might actually be able to make a real connection with, that has possibly a similar code, is going to be Mia, Lady Vengeance. In her name, it sounds like she's killing bad people that are doing bad things. That's the same thing that Dexter is doing, and that is his code. And if this is what she's doing, this connection, well, we think it could be romantic.
Yeah.
It could be a deep friendship. It's going to be something, is what it feels like.
it feels to me like we might get complete and total sensory overload over the course of this episode. Like, it's not 100% confirmed who's going to be first appearing when, but
Mhm.
let's just talk theoretically here. If this dinner party is happening in episode 4, and it seems like that's kind of sort of where we're going with it, then we're probably going to meet Leon. And then we have Lady Vengeance, Kristen Ritter, but then we
Mhm.
also have Neil Patrick Harris, the
Mhm.
tattoo collector, Rapunzel,
Mhm.
Eric Stonestreet, and
Mhm.
then we have your guy David Dismulchin coming in as the Gemini killer. It's like that is 5 people. We're gonna meet all 5 of them in a single episode and have other storylines.
Okay, so my tinfoil
Yeah,
hat is that we might meet them, but it'll be at the very end of the episode and be very brief. But I'm actually kind of wondering if we're going to get more of the preparation of it all. Like, he just got the invitation, he's got the thumb, and he's got where he's gonna meet up with the person who's gonna pick him up. We
yeah,
still haven't really seen the whole, like, hey, how do I look? And trying
yeah.
to get ready and all of that. So I think we're gonna have the preparation time of it all, where he is gonna be getting ready to become the imposter. There is everything that's going on with Harrison. We're going to get into that as well. He is eating up a lot of screen time as well with what's going on because of what he did. And they're investigating. There's a lot that's happening with Harrison.
Yeah.
And it feels actually, these 3 episodes, quite equal of how much time we're getting with Dexter and how much time we're getting with Harrison.
Yeah, and it all of that does make me wonder, and this is just another tinfoil hat here,
Mhm.
where once upon a time, like there was talk about, oh, maybe we were going to extend Dexter New Blood and we're just going to have the story of Harrison. And I kind
Right.
of wonder, were there certain parts of that story that it kind of was left over and morphed into this? And maybe that it kind of explains the equal screen time. Like, I don't think Harrison's story has been bad. It's just he's also
No.
not Dexter. And it's just like with Dexter, you always want to see Dexter.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk about Harrison because we're
All right,
here
all
and
right.
there is this thing, part of the synopsis, where he's going to be having trouble at work. And I feel like there's no surprise with that. I mean,
No.
someone's been murdered at his work. He's been a suspect. He's now been kind of cleared. He has the alibi. Elsa, vouched for him and was just like, yeah, everything he says is true. He is staying at the hotel. I am the person that's getting the rooms. Please don't tell on me. I don't want to
Yeah.
lose my job. But I mean, with all that's been going on, and even though if Harrison's been kind of cleared of it, I mean, his boss is probably going to be a bit worried about him regardless. I mean, there's been a murder at the hotel.
Yeah.
One of the possible suspects is someone who's working there. They may want to do their own deeper investigation or bench him or fire him.
I think the big thing is that for the first couple of episodes with his whole I'm sleeping at the hotel bit, Harrison, he's had a little bit of the element of mystery where nobody really
Hmm.
knows to look at him. And when you're in
Yeah.
a big hotel, like this one certainly seems to be,
Hmm.
it's kind of easy to sort of flutter around as long as you're there doing your job and not causing any problems for the guests, like not using a room that somebody is actually staying in. Like you have a chance to get away with this for a little while. But now that they know to sort of look out that something kind of weird is happening, it does sort of make me feel like either Elsa's going to be pressured by somebody at the hotel to actually reveal this, where she may not want to reveal it, but at the end of the day, like she's got someone else that she has to think about and her
Hmm.
job is in jeopardy, then yeah, I think you might have to throw Harrison under the bus, even if you don't really want to.
Yeah, I mean, if I was Elsa at this point and the cops know that I'm doing this information could get back, could cost me my job. At that point, I'd be like, Harrison, we're friends and everything,
Yeah.
but I can't do this anymore. So if you don't have anywhere to stay, you can crash on my couch until you can get some money together and get your own place. That's just kind of the way that it's got to be. I can't keep keeping you at this hotel anymore. And I don't know why she would after this keep doing this, knowing that people know what she's doing and she could lose her job.
Yeah, and she's had to cover now for Harrison in the midst of everything that happened that still doesn't really have an explanation with this murder. And I
Right.
think that's a situation too, where and we talked a little bit about this in the review that, okay, Claudette may be off the scent of Harrison for a little while, but somebody's still responsible for this, right? Like it still feels like things could circle back here. And even if they don't circle back in this episode, Harrison might just be in a situation where he like shows up, meets his boss, and his boss is just like, "Why do you look like you just took a shower?" Like, it's something that it feels like this is going to be a hard thing for him to hide long term.
Yeah, and I don't think everything's done with Claudette looking at him anyways, because just because he lied about having
Yeah.
this one night stand because he didn't want to reveal that he's currently without a home and he's staying at the hotel, so he didn't leave the hotel all night, that doesn't change the fact that he could have killed him, cut him up in
Yeah.
the kitchen, put him in the garbage bags, and walked out where the camera is not seen and just thrown him on the curb. Claudette knows all of those things as facts.
Yeah.
If he's the person who's just been there the whole time, he could still have done it.
Here's the thing that I wonder if Claudette will look into, and let me just say this very quickly. I am not an expert at hotel technology. I don't
Oh,
know how
no?
that. No, I'm not a
No?
hotelier here. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not Basil Fawlty. Okay, here's what I will say though. I do wonder, is there a way to track keycard activity? Because this could actually be something where she's sort of like, okay, if the idea here is that Harrison has been staying in these unoccupied rooms, can I find out all the rooms that were unoccupied? Can I see if somebody was having key cards, having a mechanism to go in and out of those? Because then she might be able to detect that, okay, Harrison didn't actually go in to any of these rooms for a very, very long time. So that means there's all this time that's unaccounted for. He's
Mhm.
not on any of the footage. So either he is moving in and out on the elevator that doesn't have or whatever doesn't have cameras. He's
Mhm.
making sure he's not seen throughout whatever, but where's he sleeping? What's he doing? It still feels like there is something she can do, but I don't know if she's gonna get that information or if that information even exists.
Yeah, I feel like she is going to still be on this in this next episode because yeah, all it proves is that Harrison didn't have a one night stand. He was actually at the hotel all night. Okay, for me, that alibi then doesn't stop him from being the murderer.
Yeah,
He's the person who was in this hotel all night long. He's even more the person that could be the murderer.
yeah, and I think that's what makes Claudette an interesting character. And I know she's polarizing to some people out there based on the comments, but I kind of like
It'll just make it better when she's on the table.
she is not a prototypical cop within this world. And I like that. I like that she's smart. I like that there's
Yes.
somebody here to challenge Harrison for now. And I think eventually somehow Dexter might get mixed up with her as well, just
Of
because it's
course.
like, you want to sort of bring this ensemble together.
Mhm.
But that's where we are coming into Dexter Resurrection Season 1, Episode 4. So
Mm.
for now, give us your thoughts, your theories. Do you think we're going to see Dinklage and all these other actors in this episode? How long do you think Dexter's cover as Ronald is going to work? Is it all going to be quickly, or is we're just going to see Leon fanboy out and it's all going to be
Yeah.
okay? Let us know in the comments. Hit that subscribe button, and yeah, support us further by joining our Patreon. We have that link in the description. We are covering there exclusively in video form Countdown on Prime Video. Thank you
Mhm.
guys so much as always, and we will see you here next time.